CBS News. European Common Market finance ministers have agreed to devalue the Belgian and Luxembourg francs and the Danish crown. This is John Bohannon reporting on the CBS radio network. The finance ministers agreed to a 3% devaluation of the Danish crown and an 8.5% devaluation of the Belgian and Luxembourg francs. Belgium had asked for a 12% devaluation. We have more from Michael Landers in Brussels.
Prime Minister Wilfried Martens announced emergency economic plans tonight aimed at fighting this country's deepening economic crisis. 1 of every 8 Belgian workers is unemployed. This is the worst jobless situation in all of Europe, and the government is billions of dollars in debt. Premier Martens, exercising emergency powers given him by the Parliament, imposed an immediate wage and price freeze in virtually every sector of the Belgian economy, with many of the controls scheduled to last until June or longer. There are also new tax measures designed to encourage investment and create jobs. But the Premier told Belgians that their economy is in such bad shape that no improvement can be expected for at least 1 year. To underline the need for austerity, Martens and his fellow cabinet ministers are voluntarily taking a 10% pay cut. Michael Landers, CBS News, Brussels.
Some U.S. governors discuss America's economic problems. That story and other CBS News in a minute.
A performance story from Phillips Petroleum.
How is your blood pressure?
You have bacteria on your skin right now that, if they got into a surgical incision, could cause abscesses, scarring, or even a fatal infection. That's why most surgeons use a surgical drape when operating. I'm Dr. Parnell Avery, a surgeon here at Riverside General Hospital in Houston, Texas. One drape used has a sterile adhesive-backed membrane that's placed over the area surrounding the incision to prevent skin bacteria from migrating into the wound. And I understand Phillips Petroleum makes the paper backing that helps keep this drape sterile until it's used. Now, it may sound like a little thing, but in surgery, there are no little things. I know. About a month ago, when I went into surgery, I wasn't the surgeon. I was the patient.
Caring for your car and more. That's performance from Phillips Petroleum.
American governors met today in Washington with representatives of the Reagan Administration to talk about 1983 budget proposals and Mr. Reagan's new federalism. The governors say they rejected an appeal to consider the new federalism program independent of budget issues. Earlier today, the governors met with Budget Director David Stockman. They said they're skeptical of his promise that there would be no winners and no losers among states under new federalism. Some state legislators are also meeting in Washington, and they've reportedly approved a resolution endorsing Mr. Reagan's new federalism. White House Chief of Staff James Baker says President Reagan would consider comprehensive budget alternatives if it means no tampering with defense spending or tax cuts. More than 350 national and local religious leaders have sent an open letter to Congress accusing President Reagan of compromising his moral responsibilities and urging an end to U.S. military aid to El Salvador. Dr. Claire Randall, the General Secretary of the National Council of Churches, explains her organization's position.
The National Council of Churches has had a position on this from quite a long time now. It's been a very strong position we've held, along with one calling for military assistance to be halted. We began to do that back in February of 1980 when Archbishop Romero asked the Carter administration to stop military assistance, and we've consistently done that since, calling for instead a negotiated settlement.
The letter is described as one of the largest cooperative protests by religious leaders since Vietnam. Publisher Rupert Murdoch is still threatening to shut down the Times of London and the Sunday Times unless unions agree to a cutback of 600 employees. Today, Murdoch came out of a meeting with union officials and said he's extending his deadline.
I have agreed to request by union leaders for an extension of 24 hours for discussions to be brought to a conclusion in all major areas of contention. In the event of these talks being successful tomorrow, a further 24 hours will be given for the resolution of any inter-union matters that may arise.
Murdoch says he's extending the deadline because of what he calls union goodwill. And now this.
Dad, can I use the car tomorrow?
How do I get to work?
I'll drive you. We could leave early, stop for breakfast at McDonald's.
You don't say.
Fresh scrambled eggs.
Hey, sounds good.
Sizzling sausage.
Keep talking.
Golden hash brown.
What a great idea.
You deserve a break today.
I can use the car then.
No, but you sure talked me into breakfast.
At McDonald's.
You're joking about the car, right?
No.
Dad?
The Wall Street Journal helps keep you informed of everything happening anywhere that could affect your future and your company's future. The Wall Street Journal. It's all the business news you need when you need it. Right now, you can get 26 weeks of the Journal, one for every business day of the week, for about $1.80 per week. That's just $47 for 26 weeks, about $1.80 per week. So if you're serious about business in the continental U.S., call toll-free 800-228-6600. That's 800-228-6600. Except in Nebraska, you'll be billed later.
Technicians at Cape Canaveral, Florida, will begin preparations tomorrow for loading fuel into external tanks on the Space Shuttle Columbia. NASA says work is ahead of schedule, and there's been speculation that the launch might be moved up several days. But NASA spokesman Dick Young says there are no plans to change the launch date, March 22nd. Young says the plan is still to pick up the countdown right on schedule at 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time on March 18th.